Good evening! Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening! Welcome back to Heaven's Vault. The story so far. Aliyah and her robot 6 have found the smoking wreck of Janiki Remba's ship, along with a final message intended for Professor Mayari. The roboticist was looking for an ancient observatory called the Vault, which he claimed could prevent a great darkness from overtaking the nebula. Meanwhile, Aliyah has found something else. A crude map painted by the exiled last Emperor of Iox pointing to an unknown moon. Will it explain what brought Remba to the Cyclones? And Aliyah is avoiding returning to Iox and telling Mayari about Remba's death. Oh good, the game knows exactly what I'm doing. Brilliant. I'm just delaying that particular conversation. Yeah, let's carry on. We should sail to Iox and tell Mayari what we've seen, but we are not going to. We aren't going to do that particular conversation. Let's start sailing, maybe. Or we can have a ponder about the nebula. Mistress? Look out there, 6. Evidently, it is indeed beautiful, mistress. Is that all you got? Great. I don't think we picked up anything particularly new or exciting on the ship since last time, have we? Alright, let's start sailing. Fine. Let's go follow the maps to the mystery moons. I'll ready the tackle, mistress. So, our options are Iox, some places that aren't really of interest to us right now. We have just departed Elbereth, I believe, if memory serves. Somewhere in here there's an unknown moon that would be very difficult to track down right now. We understand that somewhere over here there is an early Empire period moon. Okay, that's to do with the Rebesque foil. I don't know enough to find the site. Okay, cool. Like, that's kind of cool that it actually gives you information if you click on it. If it's been sort of, say, a week since you last played the game and you're like, wait, what's this? What's the context for this? It's nice that it does give you a bit of context on what you're actually looking for there. So somewhere over here there is an unknown moon. On the Eyelight moon, Remba had hidden away some artifacts that 6 traced to somewhere close to Elbereth. But surely all the sites in the spiral have been found. I don't know enough about this site yet, though. So there's a missing moon to do with the artifacts that we found on the hideout. Cool. Oh wait, no, or was it the Remba cache? They were near each other. So our only options really are Iox, which I ain't doing, or the mural. Interestingly enough, I gather there are like other ways to play this as well, just as a brief time. Let's start sailing and then I'll blather. Let's sail and blather. Let's try and find this. I'll have to scour the area for more evidence to uncover the site's exact position, or I could wait until I learn more. Let's go. It'll turn up. Eagle's Pass. Sailing to the site from the mural in Ghost's Wake. This has been interesting ever since we found it, so... yeah, we want to go there. We want to go find out what's going on there. Cool. So yeah, I have been... ooh, don't want to go that way. That arrow was misleading. Yeah, I've been following the devs on Twitter. To be fair, I followed the devs on Twitter for ages, but obviously with the launch of their new game, they've been talking about the new game a bunch. And, yeah. One of the things to note is something they touched on this week is just that there are a lot of different ways to play the game. Which, you'll need to turn right, okay. Which I hadn't quite picked up on, and clearly there's obviously, like, it's not linear. Oh my god, you can just give control to 6? Cool. Why is Ghostwake called Mistress? They say Ghostwake is haunted. Figures. You know how, according to the Great Loop, the souls of the dead sail the rivers until they're reborn? The story goes that most of them are asleep. Dreaming of childhood, or lovers, or big meals, I don't know. But sometimes they have nightmares and then they might wake up. Those that stay awake forever, trapped in the rivers, formless. said they gather in Ghost's wake. Oh, so it's wake as in they wake up, not wake as in like funeral. It said you can hear their helpless cries. Oh, we're here. I don't suppose it's true. Ghost Wake has a lot of narrow, winding rivers and thick fog. That I didn't mean to go around that side. It's the sort of place where sailors get lost and come back with crazed stories. Yeah, just sort of forced me around that rock. That's all. It's the Bermuda Triangle! My findings suggest the site from the mural is close to hand. View possible search locations. Oh, we have to hold it down? Okay, so we haven't... I get this has probably come up before and I stumbled across the last couple completely by accident, but we can sort of weave our way around here. I guess if we come out, we can immediately come back straight back in as well anyway. So we do a loopy-loop, and then we're going to pass a location. Probably want to, if possible, hang a left. I don't know if we can hang a left. Fine. Let's loopy-loop for a bit. So yeah, to go back to what I was originally saying before that conversation was that the devs reckon, like, and I say they reckon, they know, they have said it is possible to play and beat the game without ever leaving, like, the core hub moons, which I suspect means you're talking like Iox, Elbereth, and what's the other one? The little farming moon. I don't quite see how that's doable. Like, you wouldn't nearly find enough stuff to translate from, right? How could you possibly find, like, any translation work on inhabited settlements? There's a couple elements. Obviously, people are like, here, I found a thing. Would you like the thing? It has writing on it, but... still. Weird. But kind of neat that, like, there are multiple ways to make that work. Ooh, you can press W to do that as well. Alright, let's hang a left and... whoop. Don't want to go left? Okay, just forks, doesn't it? Follow this around, get to one location. That... yeah, that path is going that way. So we have to go up there, around here. I don't know how we get into this side of things. Presume there must be a path that comes off around here. That would bring us... I guess you can either go through that one or through that one. And if you go past that one, you can come around here to go past that one. Mistress, there's some kind of ruin some distance away, straight ahead. I guess that means one of those two? We gotta hang a left and come around this way though, right? This feels a bit more in-depth than the sailing I've done in the past. I guess maybe I had more to go on in the past. There's a ruin. This site appears to date from the date from the Ioxian Empire, Mistress.
Away,
I'll investigate, Mistress.
and I was alone. Then it came back.
I recovered a sliver from a ring made of crystal. It must have come from somewhere close by. The maker didn't include an inscription around the inside surface. I'd say this was made on the site we're looking for. It must be close by. This should make the site we're searching for easy to find. Ooh, does it? The site from the mural. Oh, okay. So yeah, it literally narrows it down to a specific one. Okay, cool. All right. Let me try and figure out how to get to that then. The rivers are stronger here, Mistress. I hope I know how to get to the right one. 6. What happened to the river? So what we got? I can't get to it that way, so that way will go that way. That way will go that way. Oh, there's like a big, wide river that sweeps over this bit. Where that goes, I'm not quite sure. I guess it just sort of feeds into these ones? Or there's a route in here that comes around past these sites? Either way, I think we've got to go around. Just keep hanging right. The first fork doesn't matter, but then take a right and take a right. I think. I do not know, mistress. We are barely sailing, but we are moving. Which way, 6? I do not know, mistress. I do. Maybe. I'm really a bit wary of speeding up because I feel like I might just wind up going the wrong way. Where's this junction to the right? Oh, okay, this must be it. Yeah. Cool. Whee! I don't think there's any other way out of this now, so we're committed. You know what? Even if you miss that first junction, there's a second opportunity anyway. Feeds in here. There's something up ahead. We will need to hop it down, mistress. I believe I can see a viable surface. Dun dun dun! New place found! Woo! A sight from the mural. The last emperor had drawn a map to this place. But why? There's any key to continue? I shall.
Of all the sites I travelled to with the robot,
Go on.
most of them seemed lost, abandoned. But this one felt like it had been hidden.
I mean, it has a tended garden and lanterns hung up that are lit. Much further. Not far, mistress. The path turns here. Is this a ruin, or is this like someone's house? The lanterns are all still burning, 6. Are there people here? There is only one living person on this moon, mistress. You. Trees. Lots of them. Growing from fissures in the rock, mistress. The roots will eventually split the slope below us. This whole site will subside. But someone planted them here? Perhaps. More likely a seed was scattered by the wind and took root by chance. There's something etched on this one. Woo! Words. Now I have to try and remember what all the words mean. This is broken off. Is this like some teenagers just scribbling their names in the side of a tree? Harry and Sarah forever, or something. I mean, it's got forever, right? Live? I can add my translation to live to the dictionary now. Woo! I'm also sure of forever. Yeah! Cool. Right. So, this word is quite a lot like die. A little bit like holy. I'm not sure what it's got to do with water. But, like, dead. It's clearly dead, right? The dead live forever. Also, that fits with the belief system of the world, so, yeah. Does dead live forever make sense? I have no idea what it means. Well, yes, it does make sense. They do believe this. Did they believe in ghosts? Or the loop? I thought the Empire believed in the Great Loop, which would make an eternal life a heresy. Only a heresy would be scratched into a tree mistress. Okay. What should we expect? I do not know, mistress. I don't feel like that seems that unreasonable for that to be, like, a belief, but fair enough. Heretics scrawling things in trees, why not? Unless that's just the conversation fitting to what I've, like, fed them, I suppose. Which could be. Ah, by all the wake and waters, this could have been built yesterday. There's something worked into the stone. Beneath the ivy. More inscriptions. This one has a phrase run together. We know about smoking weed. Yeah, we found the word that probably means dead. Which also conveniently pops up here again. Cool. Plant dead? That doesn't feel right. Plant of dead? This doesn't feel right. Yeah, no. That does not mean plant. Okay, cool. Oh, I mean, it may mean plant, but like as a conjoined symbol, it probably doesn't mean plant on its own. It means forest or something. Because we've got the mountain that I think means a place. I think that means a place word, and a place word with a plant next to it would be like a forest or something. Where am I? You know, okay, you missed like the first quarter of an hour was literally hunting for a place, but yeah, it's Ghost's Wake. You know. Okay, let's rewind back 1 week or so. We found the final Emperor's final hideout, abandoned on some moon somewhere, which was the crash site. And he scrawled the map on the wall, and they were like, "Oh, this is I can't remember what the specific context was, but they started talking about Ghost's Wake." My options were hunt through the moons for Ghost's Wake, or go back to the professor lady on Iox and tell her what we learned. Of course I'm not going to go back to her. I had to go find this moon. So there was a bit of a hunting thing going on. We turned up the moon, and there's this completely pristine building here that looks brand new. The lanterns are still lit. The plants are lush and verdant and look like it's a well-maintained garden, frankly. And we got here, and it's just like, this is a bit weird. And it's like, does somebody live here? Six is like, yours is the only life sign on this planet. So no, nobody lives here. But it's like, but it looks brand new. There was a tree that had 2 words we confirmed. So we confirmed live and forever. So those work. The first word was dead, which was this. We had dead, live forever, which was carved on a tree. Dead was the only one that makes sense of the words they gave us. And now we are at the outside of the building, and you are with us, and you are caught up. And now we're trying to figure out what this says. So, something of dead. I'm convinced my translation of dead is correct. Really? From a wall? We've only come across that word twice. Once was scratched into a tree, where you were like, huh, that's a bit of a weird phrase to have scratched into a tree. Why is that scratched into a tree? And then the second time is 30 seconds later, it carved on the side of a wall, at which point she's like, yeah, no, actually, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, dead works. Dead's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm fine with this. Garden! I said forest. I'm quite happy with garden there. This is the Garden of the Dead. Which would be I suppose, a direct translation for something quite analogous to a graveyard. A graveyard? Must mean for important people. There's our gate. The main gate. The ancients never had the foresight to leave their doors unlocked. Some kind of courtyard. A horn statue watching over the dead? I feel like trying the handle will be the first thing. No good. No, mistress. I do not believe there is a keyhole. How do we open it then? No keyhole. So how did people get in? It may function like the gate on Elbreth, mistress. There may be a passphrase or some other mechanism. There must be a way through 6. Naturally, mistress. There is a hopper eye inside the courtyard. If I may, go for it. Wait, mistress. Oh, so we didn't need a password? Yeah, we had a conversation about sort of the nature of the afterlife briefly after the scrolling on the tree.
Died.
We're intact? I believe so, mistress.
The smell of flowers flooded the misty air.
If this is a graveyard, then where are the graves? So yeah, the tree... inscriptions, let's bring that up. So, found carved into a twisted tree or outside 13 minutes ago. It's taken us 13 minutes to get in here? I don't believe you. Yeah, so the conversation we had off the back of that phrase that phrase is dead, which we've just confirmed, live, which was confirmed by the tree, and forever, which was confirmed by the tree. So this is absolutely certain for definite dead live forever. There's no translation work to be done. This is correctamundo. The dead live forever, ... Cool. Continue. So the conversation off the back of that was ghosts, basically. She was like, ghosts? Did they believe in ghosts? I thought they believed in the loop. Which, I mean, also the conversation on the way here kind of turned to ghosts as well, because it's Ghost's Wake, right? Ghosts is actually a recurring theme now that I think about it, definitely. Which seems to be distinct and discrete from the concept of the loop. Because the phrase, dead live forever, well, they don't, with the loop, people don't die. They are indeed, as you say, reincarnated. So the dead do continue to live forever, they are reborn. So I feel like that expression makes sense in the context of the loop, but their immediate conversation was like, but what about ghosts? And they're like, but in the context of the loop, ghosts are heresy. So 6 was like, well, it makes sense that heresy would be scrawled into the side of a tree, right? So basically, ghosts is the subject of the day, basically. This whole place is incredible. It's perfect. It seems quite apparent that more than one... I didn't catch that. Something about more than 1,500 years old. This must have been a stray seed once, nothing more. Now look at it. We'll bring the whole place down in the end. Same fate will eventually overtake this place, mistress. Perhaps we could finish our explorations before that happens? This moon is a graveyard, I think. Why was it mapped in that hermitage where Remba died? If this place is a graveyard, what does that make you, goddess? I've got it. She's a death goddess, welcoming people to the afterlife. Oh no! What has happened to my game? My game has actually crashed. Oh my god. Let's see how much I've... Oh, there's also an update for Heaven's Vault. I wonder if that fixes the crash. Wow. That was, that's a thing. It will be ready to launch in approximately 40 seconds, guys. So, let's talk about the afterlife till then. They didn't even get, like, any error or anything. The game just, like, stopped and closed. I hope we didn't lose too much, because, like, flying here was kind of a pain. I imagine it would have saved... I think it saves pretty regularly. Probably would have saved, like, at the very latest after we got through the gate. Let's try this again. The story so far. Alir found Janiki Rember. He was just a crater. He was looking for a vault. It was pretty important. We ain't told her about Rember's death. Mayari's been kept in the dark. Oh, that's interesting. Let's change that slightly. Yeah, okay, we're in the graveyard. Cool, 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 cool. Death Goddess killed the game, yeah. Oh my god, it's a curse. Oh, oh, close up, close up. I've got it. She's a Death Goddess. Welcoming people to the afterlife. Cool. I didn't break it this time. That's good. Right. That's... Wait, which... That's the gate where we came in, right? Why is the goddess covering her eye, mistress? Death doesn't care what you look like. She doesn't need to see. It's hard to understand old symbols without their context. This goddess is very, very old. Stop and smell the flowers. Lean over a flower and inhale deeply. Turned out it was poisonous. Musk and rose. A perfume garden. And how reliable is your core? Evidently, it is the core of my being, mistress. If it goes, I go. Why do you ask that now? Are we just, like, feeling very mortal all of a sudden? No, because we came in... No, well, this is where I started, but this is kind of where it beamed us into, I guess. Let's try this wing first, then. This is the bridge we saw from below. Mistress, a warning. I believe the running water has compromised the stonework of the bridge. Compromised? It feels solid to me. Crumble. This place is hardly collapsing, Six. The constant action of water is highly destructive, mistress. It ruptures stone as surely as it ruptures the aging neurons within your own brain. You're pretty proud of your ageless brain, aren't you? Pride is unnecessary. I will be enjoying my brain long after yours is dust. Thanks, robot. So much water. More water than I've ever seen in my life. I believe this is called a river, mistress. How do you know that? I cannot be sure, mistress, but I believe I have seen them before. I thought you couldn't remember anything. I cannot. And yet, I know that that is a river. There we go. Oh! Eeh! By the waters! Oh, there goes my health. Have you broken a bone, mistress? If your ankle is damaged, you will not be able to jump back. Don't sound so hopeful. I am merely computing probabilities, mistress. If you are injured, rescue will be much less plausible. What do I do now? The gap is not large, mistress. Please, come back to where I can reach you. I'm just refilling my health while I converse. Can you find another way around? Perhaps, mistress. We have not explored fully. I won't make it. I'm still breathless. This moon has plenty of oxygen. Take your time to recover. Oh, okay. Oh, I can just straight into the courtyard. Wait for me, Six. Mistress. If I cannot reach you, I cannot hopper you to safety. Typical human.
Stone markers huddled together, whispering nasty things about me.
Shrines. Like the one behind the Hermitage on the moon near Myersi. That was the other moon I couldn't remember the name of earlier. I got my breath back at least. Shrine is removed from the graveyard moon. Oh, they took the shrine! So... It's so quiet. I suppose the dead don't argue much. A lot less than the robot, anyway. So many of these markers. This might have once been inscribed, but it's been worn smooth. Stone setting. Either someone was making preparations when this place was abandoned, or the shrine that stood there was removed. It's the one that was stolen! 6 might know what to make of all this. But robots can't jump. This one's in better condition. Still legibly carved. Cool, let's do it. Something about many. Definitely the word many. And the start of a fragment of text. Oh, it's broken off there. Okay. All. Of. I think all must be right. Cool. Ooh, friend, peace, love, trade. Don't think it's trade. Okay, it's something to do with, like, people, is my understanding of this symbol. I think that's a person type symbol. That's a life type symbol. So, life people, friend? Friend of all? If that was on like a gravy marker. This person was a friend of everybody. I feel like that probably makes the most sense. Friend of all. I wonder whose friend you had to be buried here. Well, it seems clear no one ever lived here. So why go to so much trouble to build all this? Also, question. What's the deal with the graves? We sort of explored in previous episodes about how people didn't tend to get buried because that means you can't reincarnate. Peace to all, they all want to rest in peace. They've been buried! They can't rest in peace! You bury people you hate! Remember? That's not how this world works. We don't bury people unless they're like a war criminal. This one isn't carved at all. But there's something inside the niche at the front. Broken effigy fashioned from wood. I would estimate it dates from the early Empire. The ancient gods still had some presence in Empire times then, and given the material, this must have been a devotional icon. Can't have been worth much. And then there's an inscription, because of course there is. I don't get why the graveyard exists. It shouldn't exist. If they believed in the loop, and the Empire did, right? Always. We know always is right. By smoke weed every day. Plant by always. Something ain't right. I think it's the plant, right? Yeah. just the idea of that being just engraved on a tombstone now is just making me chuckle way too much. I don't even partake as Twitter, but like, all I want on my grave is just nothing else, just the word smoke weed every day. If I ever just to make people chuckle as they walk past, I think. Just like, if I have to have a gravestone, not like, oh, here lies Morocco, beloved of all, fantastic legendary YouTuber. It just a plain slab of rock that says smoke weed every day, and maybe just like a pot leaf, basically. Okay, those are probably okay. Oh, that's probably not okay then. Fine. Alright. Okay. Hopefully I can make some better guesses this time. Let's try something. Okay, so I got a couple things that might need to go and be revisited then. So what else we got? Will for is... Okay. We'll whittle it down sooner or later. Plant, place, mountain, divining rod. We haven't seen that symbol before at all, actually. I feel like Empire might be pretty on the mark compared to the other options. Empire will always... Well, now, that's not what I expected the options to be. Huh, no. Maybe not will. The Empire is always fair. Is that fair? The Empire is always quick. Empire... That's the only one that really particularly makes sense. Would Empire have anything to do with Emperor? That's not something I've ever given any consideration to. I imagine the two words must have similar origins. An emperor absolutely would have an empire, potentially. But then an empire doesn't necessarily have an emperor. Like the British Empire had a monarch, but not an emperor, right? Yeah, I imagine they must do, but like in this particular context, not necessarily. I mean, all of these words are just like the closest modern equivalent to these ancient expressions. So this is like some sort of potentially, who knows what kind of origins and context this language has. Clearly no connection to anything particularly modern, so, like, yeah. I mean, it's unlikely to be serpent. Serpent will always look. Fits. That is a sentence that makes sense. I don't think in context it's appropriate, though. However, I think if we're talking about, to go back to the subject of the loop, if the people have been buried... and maybe buried because they're criminals. Although, I mean, you wouldn't, like... It also doesn't make any sense they would be this grandiose, elaborate, well-maintained facility that's like, oh, elaborate, lush, perfumed gardens, if all you're going to do is bury criminals here. But also, the only people you're burying are those who you don't want to come back. Like, you know, serial killers. Like... Ah, yes, this person went on a stabbing spree. Let's bury them. We don't want him to come back as Stabby the Stabber Mark II, right? Yo, Donald, hey. So, in that particular context, having phrases of justice, I think, makes sense on a gravestone. The Empire is always fair. The Empire is fair, and what was fair in this instance is that we buried them so that they couldn't come back. We are just. Justice was dealt. The Empire is always fair. Doesn't make any sense in the context of the graveyard being, like, beautiful, but on the context of a grave, it works for me. Empire's always fair. I don't think I've seen anything quite like this broken effigy before. Which means I think this originates from a site that's undocumented. There's a new place! What do you have to say, Grave? This one's worn smooth. There are niches in all of these markers. They're empty. Looted? Or left that way? Oh. Hello. How about this one? Ah, the inscription on this one's readable. This one is several words. Well, that fits pretty well. Return towards us. Something's not right there. I'm certain my translation towards is correct. Okay. I'm sure of us. Oh, okay. Oh, maybe we're good. We're not sure about return yet, but Well, none of those other options are remember towards us, forgot towards us, sleep towards us. I don't think those make sense. I think return. Return to us quickly? That's very... Oh, it's very similar to water, but it doesn't have the spiral. It's got a different one. If we're talking about, again, the context of the loop, return to us quickly. Like, please have a speedy reincarnation. Which is definitely an expression that I've never seen on a gravestone. It's like a Hallmark card. Have a speedy reincarnation. Does return towards us quickly work? The loop teaches that souls who die return. I suppose that's what these people believed. Except for why are they burying people? This whole moon is just a big old bundle of contradictions. Nothing on this one. Ooh, getting windy. This one's set apart from the others. And it's inscribed. That looks like a long word. There's a few words in this one. Okay. Star? I feel like that... I feel like those two squiggles before it are part of that word. I don't think that's actually star necessarily. River. Yeah, sure. I'll let river sit there. Dead? Dead river? Well, dead we know is correct. Of. Yeah, we'll pop of in there. Oh, God, tell me it's wrong. What have I missed? What else even fits? There isn't a lightning bolt. I can't put dead in anywhere. I have put dead in fact. Oh, sail. Something ain't right. Star. Yeah, called it. Cool. River. Boop. Sail. Boop. Dead. Of. Bing. Bing pot. Cool. This is something to do with a person. Oh, it's clearly the singular version of that word. So, multiple dashes means a lot of something. The absence of a lot of dashes means a singular. So if the multiple dashes means we, then without those dashes literally just means one, which is I. That's the word for I. I like this! I like how things are making sense. Like, this is really weird. Like, when we started out, it's like, I'm guessing. And then as we've got on, it's like, well, some of these make sense in some sort of context. And then, you know, like 5-6 hours into the game, we're like, oh, I can basically speak ancient now. Ooh. Okay. That's a long word. Okay. There's definitely something to do with stars. So sleep? Probably sleep. We've got some of the holy symbol or blessing symbol in there. And I sail dead river of sleep. It's a bit of a direct translation, I think, but I sail dead river of sleep. We sure about river? I am pretty certain it's correct. Sail and dead we know is correct. Of we know is correct. Mystery? The river of mystery. Probably not. Love? I'm thinking like sleep as in like, oh, it's a grave, it's rest in peace kind of thing. It's the idea of eternal rest, sleep, right? Also stars, nighttime, you sleep at night, so there's sleep. Dead River of Love. Yeah, you've got kind of that holy and blessing symbols in there as well. So like, love isn't unreasonable either. I'm gonna go with sleep for now, I think. I sail Dead River of Sleep. A river of sleep. Sounds like a gentle way of putting it. Mystery. I don't feel like mystery's a super big fit for that. It's nice to be away from the robot for a change. But by the waters, the air must be getting thinner. Taking damage. I haven't gone up that many stairs. Jeez.
The wind was strong up here. It wanted to grab you by the waist and chuck you down the cliff.
The moon is so lush. The valley's gone forever. How much more of the nebula is like this? These two seem in better condition than those below. The stone hasn't worn so much up here. You'd think being exposed to the wind... Ouch! What was that? I feel like this is a good way to get myself killed, this moon. Some kind of static charge? But it's a rock, isn't it? Ooh! Ooh! I can touch it again. Let's see if... Yep, it does it again. Ouch! By the rivers. 6 can't reach me here. Why do you do this to yourself, Aaliyah? Why do you put yourself in these situations? I don't know what happens if your health actually reaches 0, but like since you can literally just sit and wait for your health to come back every time, it also seems just a little bit of a unnecessary system, except to maybe add a bit of sort of narrative tension, drama. So it's definitely still charged, and I should stop touching it. Whatever it is. I don't know why I would possibly think to do that now, but since it is an option, let's have a crack at it. I wonder... Oh, my robot got left behind when I had to jump across a gap that crumbled beneath me. Okay, the foil did nothing. A pity. I feel like that should have done something. 6 would know. So we'll go back to the robot. But yeah, there's no way 6 can jump the bridge. Maybe there's another way around. Is this one a zappy one? I don't know what I'm hoping for here. No, nothing. This one's a rock, just like the others. Okay. Okay. This does not look safe. Not after what happened before. Wait, what's the thing on the floor? Like, are we not even going to look at that one? The whole statue missing. I think we've seen all the graves that there are in here. I could look at those stairs before. It's not letting me look at them now. There's a door. I haven't looked at the door yet. Oh, and did I look at that grave? Can I look at that grave? Can I get to it at all? Is that an option? Oh, okay. I just have to stand still. This one's buried. I need a machete to find any inscriptions. Put the machete attachment on the robot. Oh, this is how we'll get back to 6, probably. Locked. Or stuck, maybe. Give it a good ram. Just good. Put your shoulder up to it and just give it a good shove. Alright. Or maybe we can get the robot to open it. Did I do that one? I think I did that one. More markings here. Oh, I haven't translated it. Cool. That's a long one. This one is a fractured piece from an even longer phrase. Good God. Emperor is... return... Emperor again? I think is must be right. Woo! That's a lot of glyphs, but I'm confident it says return. Emperor is gone. Maybe? Emperor is strong. Emperor is our. Emperor is our emperor. Emperor. We've got a time-based word there. Cannot. No. I feel like it would be very similar to never. Cannot. Emperor is gone. Emperor will return. Right. What's this word like? What is our context on that one? You got the X from never, gone, okay. You got a squiggly from give, gone. I don't know. Not sure about the etymology on this one. Got some glyphs in context in common with dead, gone. Emperor is dead. Emperor will return. Emperor is gone. Yeah, okay. I mean, it totally fits the bill. I'm not really debating the word. I'm just trying to like suss out how it's constructed more than anything else at this stage. Emperor is gone. Emperor will return. That'll do for now. An emperor's grave? I mean, if you buried him, he won't return. We know this much. Right. So, this reminds me of that old Elberethian story about the boy who gets washed into the rivers, who drowns, then comes back as a fish. Can I jump that? It must be too far to jump. Too far to fall, anyway. I might have to go back to 6 another way. Jump, 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 jump. Well, what other way is there? I don't actually know what other way... Oh, there's another gate. Did I try that gate? I don't know that I did. Locked. Anyway, 6 would hate me going out that way. There's nothing but sky down there. I don't know any other ways out of here. Kind of fair concluded that's not a route. Did I get those other 2 graves up there? And also, is there a... Ooh, hang on. Is there another archway back there I can get to? Smooth. Smooth. I had a look at these 2. Oh, okay. Cool, cool, cool. Those 2 are clearly not in... Oh, are they... Look at the mountain. Or waterfall, rather. There's more water here than I've ever seen. Enough water for Elbereth 3 times over. Is there any other way to transport water? No, surely you jest. There's no way to transport water. Wait, no, don't go that way. Don't go that way. Don't go that way. Oh, I want you to look at the grave. Oh, fine. I guess the gate's open. I guess that's not a big deal. It's not a one-way passage. Look, I ain't translated this one yet. Here's another. Oh, here's another, as in it has an inscription. Thanks, cool. This one is a phrase run together. Light never dies. Divine light never dies. I can add my translation for dies to my dictionary now. Cool. Got it. Buckets. What's a bucket? No. You're talking crazy talk. No such thing as a bucket. Ooh, can I open this now? No, it's still locked. Oh. This one looks even worse than the last. But surely it can't break as well. I mean, to be fair. Well, I mean, I guess the other one... It looks worse than the other one did before I crossed it. But it looks better than the last one did after I'd finished crossing it. So, you know. There's an inscription here. Around the stones at the base. Interesting how these broken fragments never make no sense. This is like, it's cut off. There was more words at the start and there's more words at the end, but, you know, all of it somehow makes sense. Friends. Add my translation for friends to my dictionary now because that's an obvious word to have on a sundial. What? Why is that? How is that definitely correct off the back of that? What? You are among friends. It's very simple, similar to the symbol for we, or indeed I. I don't know why it's not made that particular comparison, but it's very similar to I as well. Goddess. It's only really channeling like a person, I suppose, in that context, but you are among friends. Cool, 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 cool. Lovely thing to have on a sundial.
The air inside the glass house was damp. It smelt like fruit and warm water.
It's peaceful here. It's even bigger close up. Reminds me of the Tree of Knowledge on Iox. I don't know where I'm going with that. Like, you can go outside, but you can't really go far. It's warm. Yep, it's a greenhouse. It'll do that. Oh, can I go? Oh, is there a passageway back here? No. That looks too narrow to squeeze through. Then what is the point of being here? There's like just a little alcove and like all you can do is go back into the building. What? That seems pointless. I can't exist for no reason. Can it? There's a thing! There's something here. A statuette carved from gold. Wow, jeez. I think it dates from the Empire. Seems to be decorated with symbols. This is broken off. Right, something about a goddess. Something about... There's nothing about fire. I don't think that's right, because I think that's part of that glyph, plus that too. Nothing else fits though, does it? Oh, there's you. Yeah, those are the ones. I'm convinced my translation for you is correct now. Are you? Figuring these out very fast. Maybe a robot could squeeze through. Maybe you're right. Right. So it's very, very, very similar to Dead. So death goddess. Oh, we were talking about a death goddess in the courtyard. There was a death goddess, so that makes sense. Maybe this is a maybe this is a statue of the death goddess. Welcomes you? Or raises you? Is the death goddess the one who is responsible for bringing people back from death? Via the loop? You offer their body to the death goddess, and the death goddess returns them to life? Could be raise. I mean, I feel like welcomes is probably the likely one. So you kind of get your person symbol there. You've got we. I don't know what that symbol's all about. I don't think I've like got this one particularly pegged yet, but I feel like welcome or guard would welcome guard you. Maybe guard, actually. I think, yeah, they're thinking about, like, again, you going back to what we've talked about in the past on previous translations about context. If you had a golden statuette that was placed in a graveyard, would Death Goddess guard you, look over you, protect you in the afterlife? I feel like well, I mean, yes, it could be like, welcome to the afterlife, welcome to the world of tomorrow. Or it could be, Death Goddess protect you in the afterlife. Could be welcoming them to the afterlife. It could also be, I mean, the gold statuette, it could be like an offering to death, like put like the coins on the eyelids to pay the toll to cross the river of the dead kind of thing. So you're paying the toll to the gods, in this instance, in order that they can be ferried safely to the afterlife. So it could be welcoming in that context. We haven't. There's not a lot to go on between welcome or guard. Neither of the words relating to this particularly give us a lot. Context is kind of everything in this one. That's really the only clue we've got. And I think they both fit equally well as well. I'll stick with welcome though. I mean, you're suggesting welcome. It was my first gut reaction to it. Let's go with that then. Does Death Goddess welcomes you? Makes sense. This comes from the same source as the square of foil and the dagger I found before, I think. This should help us work out where to look for the moon where the statuette's Rebesque foil had been made. I don't know how that works. What context does that give you that helps you work that out? Still flying after all this time. I thought it would be clogged with moss and dirt. Ooh, okay. Let's go back to have we got anything? Unsolved inscriptions. Oh, is that things that are just not completely confirmed? Alright. Okay. Are these not confirmed? Wow. Some of these are definitely confirmed, right? What's not confirmed about that? We know about the hearth, right? Translate. Oh, it's the water goddess blesses the fire. Right, okay. I guess we need something just to confirm some of these. Some of these words we've definitely confirmed since then, or like at least eliminated choices. But isn't one of the glyphs in separate? Where was where did we talk about separate? Do I just have a dictionary somewhere? That's what I could use. So this lot. So yeah, that you're talking about this symbol, right? The little sort of, I don't know what you call that. Like a Like an equals symbol? Not an equals, like a divide symbol? Is that a divide symbol? So it's like you learn how to write a divide symbol like when you're little. when you're first learning your maths. And then like as time goes on, like when you do start getting into sciences, divide's always just like a line. It's just like, oh yeah, it's a line with 2 dots above it, isn't it? So it's kind of actually the inverse of that. Separate was when I showed the guy the statuette. Showed the guy the statuette. Join. Okay, it's from the word for join. Okay. That's the symbol for divide. I mean, maybe there is a dictionary in here, but I've not seen it. But yeah, I feel like that would be kind of cool. How is this not complete then? Inside the figurine. Wait, have I not translated this at all? Divide, we know is correct. Join, we know is correct. How have I not translated this at all? Do we just, like... Waters, dividers. Yes, cool. Waters, dividers, and joiners. I wish to confirm this now. I don't know why that was not translated. I guess when we got that, she was like, oh, I don't know any of these things. What on earth is that? And he was like, well, I know these words, but like we never actually sat down and did the translation for it. Oh, whoops. I've just tabbed out. Whoops. What can we go back and find then? We give blessing. I don't think there's anything new in there, is there? I must know all of these words, right? Found etched into the shrine. Emperors never die. I'm under all rather than unsolved now. Dang it. Okay. I feel like some of the early stuff should definitely just be like super solved now. Oh, the dagger. I think the dagger... loyalty... Oh, it's loyalty we're not sure about. We have not like confirmed loyalty anywhere else. What does the wooden marker say? Never return. This isn't unsolved. Do I have to click the X to remove it? How is this unsolved? Like, we know both of those words. It's definitely... Okay, it has removed it now. That's weird that it just doesn't, like, actually check them off until you go back and it's like, yes, this is right. Do we know that one? I feel like we know that one. Oh yeah, we know quite a lot of that. Wait, do we know pilgrims yet? Oh, it's also got the symbol in follow there. Devotional icon. We must know that. Bless. Maybe we don't know bless. Send. I don't know. A lot of these seem like symbols I do know. I don't know why the game's like, you don't know this. Either way. So... Okay, I mean, okay, so to return to this one, if this symbol is in... Oh, it's there. It actually sort of pops up now there now. That wasn't there when we looked at this last. But we totally have that symbol for join or connect. So with that in context, that actually seems like welcome fits the bill a bit better than guard. I'm very happy to go with welcome. Welcome works. Oh, they're always stuck. Why is every door in this place stuck? Looks like it should open outwards, though. Give it a shove. Just hope my shoulder doesn't go straight through. Hey. Hey. Mistress. I heard a yell. Are you safe? I was just opening a door. With my body. I see you are still undamaged, mistress. I found a stone marker 6 that was charged with some kind of static. Curious. I will take a look, if you will show me, mistress. Oh, I didn't want to do that. I just wanted to reply. But mistress, I am extremely cross with you. I take punishment to my ethical core personally. I was already over the bridge 6. Jumping back would have been more dangerous. Come on. Let's see if the robot can touch the electrics. Maybe I'll get an upgrade. Maybe it's a robot upgrade station. This will lead us back to the graveyard. Mistress, please. Oh, you'll be fine. You cannot expect me to cross that. I will topple into the water and sink. I crossed it already. Twice. It's perfectly safe. Indeed. I know you have lost robots before. 5 of them? I do not intend to increase your score. Oh, the others were just unlucky. Particularly 4. I think there was something wrong with 4, to be honest. You're attempting to distract me. It will not work. I want to show you something. Be advised, I will hop on myself to the boat if I so much as teeter, and I do not guarantee I will return. Ah, you're fine. That wasn't so bad, was it? I did not enjoy it, mistress. I found the risk most uncomfortable. Well, deal with it. We've got to go back. Stop complaining. Next time, wait in the ship. I cannot. You were quite happy to go back to the ship 10 seconds ago. I would have expected something grander for an emperor. A tomb? A mausoleum? These graves are so small. These are not public graves, mistress. There was no one here to impress. Ooh, there's this thing about the waterfall. The wellspring must be up there somewhere. Where's all the water go? Into the nebula, mistress. Into the rivers. Everywhere. Then that's why they built a graveyard here. The water carries the souls of the dead to the rivers. But they've been buried. I can't keep doing this. Yeah, you can. Just suck your thumb for a bit. This location is extremely unsafe. The gardens here are quite remarkable. But the graves are surprisingly simple. No great tombs or mausoleums. Has this place been ransacked? It does not look to have been touched at all, mistress. Only grown over. Okay. 6. Try touching this one. Go on. Really, mistress? I will decline. The shrine is quite visibly powered. They're machines? No, mistress. The stones are merely stones. But this one is charged. Aligned magnetic radiation, mistress. Similar to that which aligns and conveys the rivers. The shrine outside the hermitage on the moon near Myersi. It was just like these, I suppose. And just like these, it had run out of power. That seems likely, mistress. The arabesque coil from inside the figurine sticks. That must have been part of how the Hermitage Shrine worked. We tried the foil, it didn't work. What's trying it again going to achieve? I tried this before, 6. Still nothing. Does it need to be in the figurine? What exactly were you expecting, mistress? The shrine is only a rock. A powered rock, but still a rock. The foil is a storage device, mistress. If there were anything stored inside the arabesque foil, mistress, it would require something else to be displayed. Like what? A projector of some kind? Like you? There may be some indication in the graveyard below. And again, your theory may be pure cabbage. I mean, our crash site buddy managed to turn our robot into a projector over his own devices, so can't our robot, like, plug himself into the statue and become the projector? It's a good moon for a graveyard. You said the weather here was calm. Whoever built this place had their pick of moons, mistress. So, what am I looking for? An intact Empire Site 6. Everything on Iox was rebuilt after the fall. This place was never destroyed. I must assume it was never found. Right. Put the arabesque foil in the shrine, but nothing happened. Yeah, no, I've never heard the expression pure cabbage either. That's a new one. Place is a graveyard connected to the Empire. A graveyard of emperors, perhaps? How are the lanterns still lit? We've never even touched on that. So I thought you said this place was thousands of years old. I was wrong, mistress. I was guessing. You have collected 2 promising artifacts here, the statuette and the broken effigy. With luck, we will be able to trace them. May I activate the hopper now, mistress? No, we ain't done yet. There's a whole extra room yet. Soon, not yet. I am not going back across that, mistress. The odds of collapse multiply with every attempt. I strongly suggest we use the hopper to return to the ship. Off you go, then. But I'll stay here. But why, mistress? Why must you insist on tormenting me? I decide when we leave, 6. Not you. Now come on and stop complaining. I really like Aaliyah. I mean, admittedly, it's just my character coming through, I think. And yeah, he was fine with it. You don't have to play like a complete snarky a-hole, but I love that that is an option and it just fits so well. Especially just the dynamic with the robot as well. This is quite a collection, mistress. These plans must have once been assembled. Oh, let's have a look at that thing. It's very beautiful. You can fit through here, maybe. I will use the front door, mistress. Okay. Robot can't fit through there, huh? Mistress. I'm most relieved to be within reach of you once more. Hey, you wandered off. I thought you might be able to fit through there. Let's go. Oh, this is that Archie Bridgey thing. Cool, 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 cool. Ooh, and you wanted me to leave without seeing this? Mostly worn away. Almost all worn away. I can't get anything from it. Oh. Dang it. What do you make of it, Six? There really was a lot of writing here once, Mistress. A whole chronicle, perhaps. But I believe some characters can still be seen. Ooh, yeah, that's a lot of letters. This one is a fractured fragment from an even longer phrase. Do I not get to have a crack at that one? Let's do this. Oh, I was going for the knuckle crack. It didn't really work. Ooh, okay. Emperor. No, I don't actually think that fits there. I'll let that sit there, and sure. Don't think that goes there. I might go there. I could just throw them in until she tells me they're wrong. What else fits? There's nothing else that fits. That said, we never sat down and like formally translated this, so whether it's going to work the same way or not, I don't know. Possibly not. Probably not. Yeah, I guess we just don't know enough about this one. Would be nice if she'd said, yeah, I'll save that one for later, but can you in T inscription? There was a thing that said save for later. I mean, I guess it is kind of automatically saved for later, but can I specifically like mark it as a I need to come back to this kind of translation? Perhaps we have seen all this site has to offer, Mistress. Are you ready to go yet? Stop hassling me. No, we ain't done. Look, there's this. What's this? What have we got? This is a curious golden sextant. It looks like it dates from ancient times. Look at the craftsmanship. Such tiny details worked in. There's an inscription on the casing. This is one end of a fractured fragment of text. Bless me, you. Those aren't the symbols for bless at all. Damn. But I believe you're correct with me, Mistress. Cool. Hopefully I can make some better guesses for the rest of this. Follow, then. Follow me. If you can. Follow me if you can. It's golden sextant. We're talking sort of navigation, so... Follow me... I mean, this question marky looking thing is definitely a whole new glyph we've not even come across yet. If you can... It's... I mean, both these words are sort of associated. They're clearly linked in and of themselves in a sort of words that sort of imply uncertainty, chance, potential, questioning. It's a question mark, right? End of the day. Again, I mean, I know that shouldn't mean anything, but in just to metagame it a little bit, I think in game logic, yes, I think the likelihood is that a question mark symbol probably implies sort of, yeah, uncertainty. Sextants deal with moon phases. Why are you thinking a rise? We know me and you are correct, so... but... Yeah, I wouldn't be certain of the certainty of, like... I wouldn't be, like, familiar with, like, how one uses a sextant, but it is used for navigation, though, right? I'm gonna have to Google this now. Hang on 1 second. It is definitely a thing, right? An instrument with a graduated arc of 60 degrees and a sighting mechanism used for measuring the angular distances between objects and especially for taking altitudes in navigation and surveying. So saith Google. Sextant on Wikipedia. Sextant used for navigation. There's also an astronomical sextant, which might be your phases of the moon one? Is that... No. Sextants for astronomical observations were devices depicting a sixth of a circle, used primarily for measuring the positions of stars. They are of significant historical importance, but have been replaced over time by transit telescopes, astrometry techniques, and satellites such as Hipparcos. Okay. And now you know. Resume. I think it is follow me. And we've got some nice fun new glyphs to play with. I can still change my mind, but follow me if you can. I suspect this comes from a different site than the statuette or broken effigy we found before. In fact, I don't think I've ever seen anything equivalent to this sextant before. That suggests it must originate from a site that's entirely new to us. New thing! And you said we should leave, and there was evidence of a whole new site here. Well, there's something about goddesses up there. Hang on, what was that? Oh, to the glass house. Okay. Glass house, not goddess. Fine. I like that they put ramps in for the robots. Or wheelchairs. Also handicap friendly. Accessibility, yo. Did we go in here? No, we totally didn't. You wanted... There's 2 more rooms! Robit, why did you want to leave? Stuck. But then a tree has demolished the corridor beyond. The tree is a creature like any other mistress. Slow, but ultimately self-interested. And this one's locked. There might be a key somewhere here. That is a ridiculous idea, mistress. Why would anyone lock a door if they intended to leave the key lying around nearby? I've seen that quote, actually, from the devs on Twitter, which is brilliant. Perhaps they're absent-minded. And a nice little jab at game logic. Mistress, really, I do not wish to have to report this kind of nonsense to Professor Mayari. Like, every other game in existence is like, there's a locked door, there must be a key. This is the only game in existence that was ever like, this is a locked door. Well, no, why would you lock the door and leave the key? Like, just, why would that be a thing? That's stupid. I'm detecting certain elevated emotional markers. Like what? Shortness of tone, mistress. Lack of compromise. Markers. You're a robot, 6. I don't need to be nice to you. I guess that conversation about the key is basically our way of saying, you ain't going in here, though, isn't it? And to be fair, if I'm not nice to him, it's not like he's particularly pleasant to me. Although maybe we teach those how we want to be treated. Sorry, I've just been watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine. We teach people how they want to... What was the quote? Oh, damn it. I was watching it literally, like, before I play this. We teach people how we want them to treat us. Is that it? I think that's about right. Dr. Phil thing. I think we might actually have seen everything, though. You might be able to have your way, Robot. Unless we can... What was the deal with the projector? We never found the projector. We just sort of ignored. I'm not trying that again. Fine. We sort of ignored the fact that, like, we were trying to get the statue working and then wandered off and, like... Thing on the lift. Lift, left, left. You missed a thing. What thing have I missed? Was there a dot there? Oh, let's just try the door again. Just to... Oh, bust open the door. Cool. We could break it down? Perhaps Mistress intends to use my holographic head as a battering ram. No need to be snippy, Six. There's no need to be persistently inaccurate, Mistress. Fine. Let's just get back to the Nightingale. Which I don't want to do. I don't see nothing down there. A sprint button. My kingdom for a sprint button. I can tell you that much. Ooh. Oh, okay. Yeah. Something under the ivy. Nice. Okay. Is that what you're looking at? By the big gate. Oh, yeah. Okay, cool, cool. That's the eagle and sun. And there's another inscription along the edge of the design. Are we confident on our word for stars? No. Okay. Stars. Watch. Just as a delving into symbols and their meanings, I feel like I may also be thinking back into the word for guard that we eventually decided it probably wasn't guard, but I feel like this might be a symbol for like protection, the goddess, blessing, watching, stars watch over you. Stars fill truth you. No. Roads move over. Stars move over you. Ropes. Yeah, most of this doesn't make sense unless you go for stars watch over you. What's this? What's similar words for this? We had there was definitely a similar word that had this construct. It's similar to our kind of quote-unquote element construct, but instead of the spiral there, it's got this thing going on. And that particular conjugation is something that definitely came up earlier, and I can't remember what the word was. Over? Is it like a preposition or something? Yeah, sure. Stars watch over you. I wonder what that really tells us about the Empire. Nothing, mistress. Any scribe can lie. Someone on the other side? No. I think we might have seen everything except that what was the deal with the... Can we go around that way? No. What was the deal with the bloody chocky doodad? Why can't we make it work? That's going to frustrate me. Yep, definitely a garden. There are traces of a wide variety of plants here. Mm-hmm. We know. Right, can you just take us back now? This moon was built during the Empire, but the statue is carved in ancient times, like the one in Maersi. Perhaps the garden was built around the goddess herself. That's why they chose such a lush place for a graveyard, because of the death goddess. They were going by the gods. You're not going to want to go over the bridge again, are you? I will remain until you return. We've explored this, like, fully twice now, I think, right? I can't possibly fathom there being anything else they haven't seen. Oh, hello. This one seems to be made of older stone than the others. No static here. The first gravestone to be placed here, perhaps? It's got a thing on the top. And there's something up here. A hoop of metal. Yes! This was important. I wonder if there was once one of these on top of the shrine we found in the last Emperor's hideout in the Cyclones. Heavy, but perhaps not as heavy as I'd expected. There are symbols inscribed on something. I didn't catch the last word. This is the end of a longer line of text. I... For... I... Open for I speak for they've got I mean that's again we've got a new glyph and the two words have got something in common. So speak and silence are similar words, right? I speak for the silence. It's a thing that projects a message. It passes on a message for people who are not able to. It speaks for the silent. Yeah, I'm going with that. I speak for silent. What is this thing? Is this some kind of recording device? I feel sure I've seen something like this before somewhere. Maybe able to trace where it's from. Put it on the powered one! There's one that's still got juice! Robot, you should be here for this. Honestly, really, you definitely should. Ooh, that cold wind. Chills you to the very bone. Yes, place the metal hoop. Let's see if we have any more luck with this. Try the foil again. And then... Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Oh my god, that's horrific. What is above? Have I been asleep? It spoke with the voice of a child. Oh, it's a child. I was giving it the robot voice, but fine. I wish 6 was here. Please. Who is 6? You can hear me? I know you're there. You won't sneak up on me. Even if it's dark. Tell me where you think you are. The orangery, of course. Where's Alpha? She screamed. Who's Alpha? My wife in waiting. She should be here. I can't see you. It's so very dark. Why can't I see you? Don't be scared. Everything will be alright. I can't feel my legs. Where's the orangery? Above the Withering Palace, of course. You should know that. Why don't you know that? Who are you? This place isn't a palace. Where's my brother? Tell me your name. You don't know my name? I will have you killed. My apologies. I forgive you. It is not your fault that you are ignorant. As a child emperor? Have I been asleep? The power's gone. I'll take the foil back then. I'll be careful with you, I promise. I wonder what Huang would make of her. Yeah, I probably want the hoop as well. If I get a chance to power that again, it could be pretty good. I could take this thing back to Elbreth and show Oroi. She might be able to explain what it is. Or make it go. Yeah, I ain't touching that again. Okay, now that's all. And you wanted to leave. Six. Beam me up, Scotty. Beam me up, Sixy. Wait, no, that sounds weird. This whole place must have been once filled with voices like hers, ahead atop every shrine, all talking, arguing, laughing. This place was a haven. Now you could hear a pebble drop. Time to go. Lost that way. Yeah, now it is time to go. Now, if she's willing to admit time to go, yeah, we've seen all. Well then, mistress. 6. I spoke to a ghost. I put this hoop on I found on a plinth, buzzing with static. When a face appeared, it spoke to me. Curious. What did it say? It mentioned a place called the Withering Palace. I have not heard that name before, mistress. And yet... What? The name fills me with dread. Are you ready to go now, mistress? Yeah. Let's get out of here. Be ready, mistress. And so we left the surface of the Garden of the Emperors. With enough new information to locate a new site, the Withering Palace. Now. Go to now. Never mind. I'm wildly lost in a sea of information there. I was going to try and look at the Withering Palace thing, but never mind. We'll get it on a map in a moment. We should sail to Iox and tell Maori what we've seen. It's been telling me that for a while now. It ain't happening, but I mean we should. I'm curious place, mistress. So much water. If we could ship it, you would be very rich. We could make Elbreth bloom. Maybe I could tell someone about the place. Right, got anything exciting to poke at in the ship? Little dagger there. What actually does happen if I rest? I'm going to rest 6. This is just like save and quit. Probably is, actually. I believe I can handle the ship. To Elbereth, perhaps? Ooh, okay, so literally this is just autopilot. In which case, no, I'm flying this crate. On second thoughts, I'll sail the ship. Mistress. Maybe I will let you sail soon. No, I didn't. No, I think I accidentally clicked the ship again. Where shall I take her? Back to Iox? No, you want to take me back to Iox. I know you do. You're working for Mayari. Right, let's take to the river. I'm going to go find me a new moon. I would quite like to go back to Elbereth, actually, but... I don't know, actually. Arg. Do I go back to Elbereth and hand the thing in to... Ooh, oh god, that's miles away. Yeah, we could go to Elbereth and hand in the doodad to my friend, Leroy. Just looking at those... excuse me, tired. Looking at those sort of currents, I guess and the way they feed in and out of things, I guess there's quite a bit more of map over this away that we ain't sort of terribly familiar with. And that goes off this away as well. And some that goes off this away. There's nothing much leading up top. So here and here there's more. Withering Palace is not very well located. We would have to sail into that area and then start, like, pecking around, I guess, for things. It's great. I mean, like, So for the Emperor's Seat, we're here. It's saying we're setting off here, but we are essentially here. Could probably take a fairly quick route up to... Is there a viable route to Elbereth from here? I think no. Actually, no. You'd have to take some, because all roads bloody lead to Iox up here, don't they? I could go up here, but then I can't get into these to feed to Elbereth. This route goes to Elbereth, but to get to it, I have to be coming from Elbereth. Handy, useful. No. I can't feed into it that way. I can't feed into... That's going that way. That's going that way. That's going that way. I can't get to this little river. I would have to go up and around. The only other alternative I'm thinking is if I could... around the garden, up into here... That looks like that little trickle. There's definitely something hidden in here as well, by the way. There's definitely... unknown moon. Well, actually, the unknown moon could be anywhere along here as well. But there's a moon hidden somewhere, and I wonder if it could be in there. But that might be the way back to Elbereth, just going up that way. Yeah, let's go to Elbereth. Whoa, that's the route it wants me to take. Oh, God. It does want me to take the long way. Yeah, let's go to there. But I need to be... Yeah, I need to keep an eye on the map. Or I might just be able to let the robot do the job and just be like, yeah, skip it. I don't know, I kind of... a little part of me kind of hopes I might stumble across that other moon on the way. That's all. What? Gone the wrong way for starters. Oh, jeez. Oh, wait, no, this might bring us back round anyway. Yeah, because if I go into here, hang a left, we could either come up... No, I can't come up that way, but I can come up this way. That'll feed us back into here, at which point I could loop round there. So, let's hang a left to the next option. Oh, I can just... There is just undo, but I don't actually want to undo because I think I can fix this. Also, that feels cheaty. Come on. If you miss your turning when you're coming off the motorway, or freeway, or highway, or whatever. Have you sailed before 6? You don't get to press backspace to do it over again. I don't know, mistress. Oh shoot, I need to hang a left somewhere here. Where is it? Is there a left? There should be a left. Where's my left? Was it that left? Apparently I've just missed it. I didn't see one. Where was the left? Oh no! Oh, arse. Okay, that means we do have to go around the garden again. Woo! When I connect to the winches aboard the ship, they do seem to fit. I wonder if I once enjoyed sailing. There is an unexplored river up ahead. Oh my god, I wonder if you could just, like, discover stuff in the game just by randomly sailing around without following any clues. You just be like, oh look, we just found a moon. How about that? Do I take that unexplored river? I mean, they're both... I think these both go the same way. But I think it might head towards our target. Well, it's my boat. You remember that. I cannot own property, mistress. Where are we at? Okay. Rock. Music? There's no music in the rivers. What?
They say on Elbereth, if you sail too far, you'll meet yourself coming back. But I've sailed plenty far, and I still don't know who I'm supposed to be.
Okay. Oh, okay. That's the route I was actually planning to take, and now the game's suddenly like, hey, maybe this would be faster. Would you like to go this way? Yeah, I would. That was the route you were talking about, I guess. Oh, the waters. Must we return to Elbereth, mistress? Yeah. I just like the place. Oh, a little slavery and you get all whingy. What's wrong with Elbereth? Aside from the slavery. You can't even smell it. It is the suffering, mistress. My ethical core finds it upsetting. I would rather not see it. Cool, so hang a right up ahead. Just take the next right shortly, mistress. Whee! The guard moon was a most curious find, mistress. And you wanted to leave before we'd seen it all. The Holy Empire was founded on a belief in rebirth. Or is that me talking? I don't know. They believed in the loop. Oh, now we're getting into... Now we're getting into business. That left leads us to Iox. Super to Iox. Let's not go that way. To the right, I suppose. I kind of want to get all up ins here, but I'm not even sure I can get all up ins. I'm not even sure how you get all up ins. That's a way out. That's a way out. I don't know how you get in there. Graveyards were unnecessary. Perhaps some did not believe in the loop. Okay. Left, or we're going to wind up in a loop ourselves, I think. Wait, is that... Oh, okay. Humans, I have observed, are fickle. Yep. Cool. Oh my god, oh my god. Look! A moon! Oh my god, oh my god. It's not a moon, it's By the goddess and all her fingers. If I miss my turning, which is like literally the moment I let go of this, it's maybe not the end of the world. Accidentally hanging the next left would be pretty bad. Although I could still loop around. Navigating's pretty interesting in this. Just wander the open world. Yeah, I mean, I think something I touched on very early on was the different ways to play the game. Which, suddenly that seems like a really interesting and appealing way to do this. I don't know how much replay value the game necessarily would have once you've actually seen everything, but like the idea of... Damn it! This is one of those games I just like... You want to be able to just play it afresh with a strategy in mind, but not knowing any of the context of it. Damn it! It's like going back to a game fresh for the first time. So yeah, I would now. I really want to play the game just like discovering places by random, but I've already like discovered a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, we could just like, I suppose there's nothing to stop us just moseying off down here and seeing what it turns up. Or trying to find out what's hidden in there. Because I know somewhere around here there's an unknown moon. And if you click on it at the minute, they're like, I don't know. I can't find anything in here. I don't know the way here. We know there's something here, but who knows where. I bet you could still find it. So the next right that I can take. Oh God, where? Oh my God, where am I? The Emperor hiding on the moon. They brought the shrine and the foil with them. And they hid the foil inside the figurine. Not that way, that way. Path turns right, mistress, and so should we. Yeah, left is to Iox. I don't want to go anywhere near that. Whoever the recording was, they must have been important. The last Emperor was truly intending to hide for the remainder of his life. Well, mistress. Misturning. No, I haven't. No, I haven't. Have I? You know, I never like plotted like specifically how to get really close to Elbereth. All these rivers flow south. There's no rivers that flow north to Elbereth. I feel like maybe we can get close enough to Hopper to it, but... Like, if I'd gone in there... was I supposed to go this way? Because then I could go down to... Does that count as going to Elbereth? I could go around that way to Elbereth. If I go around this way, or that way, that doesn't bring us around up top. None of these rivers flow north. The only other northwards route would be to loop around and come back that way. Or that way. God, Elbereth is hard to get to. What the hell? I observe that most humans do not wish to be alone. Set us down, 6. Yeah, there we go. It is Elbereth. Cool, 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 cool. It's hard to unlearn language. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's also hard to unlearn the entire plot of the game that I've learned so far. I can show the metal hoop to Oroi. That's why we're here. They might also be able to tell us about the stuff we left with them before. Which was, oh, we left the crown with them, that was it. I was just like, what did we leave? Crown. The Emperor took the hologram I met in the graveyard to the ruined moon and hid her. Then it wasn't Renbo who hid the foil at all. He didn't even find it. Sets Boyarki Rifar. Kibenya. Ayenihua Sale Kateliti. Someone was saying there's actually a different way to get into this. Someone left a comment on the last one saying that, like, if you don't know the goddess's name, you can still work the gate. It's just a different way, which sounds interesting as well. We're now somewhat higher up than we were, mistress. Of course we are. We're inside the citadel. Right, is there a... Oh, there isn't like just a map of... It said map in the corner, but it's map of the world, not map of here. What would you guess? The walls are fortified. There's a fortress, or perhaps a place to store wealth.
To strangers, the cat kiss is like a maze. But I'd spent 10 years tearing through these alleyways. I could have found my way to Tappy's in the dark.
Whose? What now? We weren't heading for... I wasn't heading for Tappy, but okay, I guess let's meet somebody. Tappy's place isn't big, but inside it's a treasure trove. Hold it. Oh! But it's you! Welcome back to Elbereth, Moonflower. Give it back, Tappy. Whatever it is you took. I confess I only really saw the robot. But friends, as you know, are friends. So have your no doubt precious brooch back. Mistress, do not trust this man. It's a bit late for a warning, 6. 12 years too late. I already don't trust him. You adore me, instead. I prefer it that way. Now come on in, out of the cold. Seems as though I will wait here, suspiciously.
Tappy's place was a little museum to junk.
Stolen,
Pots and
right?
Boxes, spoons and hooks and pocket knives.
All lifted. It is good to see you back on Elbereth, Elia. The rivers above grow dull when you're not with us.
And at the centre of it all was Tappy, grinning away like a skull in a bodysuit.
And are you well? I am never dull. Listen, Tappy. Have you heard any rumours of sights? I could use a find. You know, I did hear something. Something out in the fields. Here? On Elbereth? That was what I heard. After all, isn't this where you found your pretty boat? Anyway, they say something sent one of the field workers flying through the air. This is what they say. What exactly do they say? That he hit something underground that he shouldn't have. With a scythe. Something buried? Not too far down, either. I don't have time for egg hunts, Tappy. Oh, it'll be worth your while. Mine too, I mean. I tend to attract attention when I go for walks outside the walls. But no one's going to trouble you. You're from Iox. I'm from Elbereth. People from Elbereth don't have robot servants, my sweet. I'll have a look around the fields. Go have a look at the market first. The man broke his arm when he landed, so my friend took him right back. I doubt anyone's bought him yet. One of the labourers from the market? That's right. Interesting. I'll see what I can find. I'll see what I can find out. Be careful you don't get zapped yourself, of course. I tend not to attack my finds with scythes. No doubt, no doubt. How are the Alberethians weathering things? Has it been so long since you were here? Perhaps it has. Anyway, our suffering is stable for the moment. By the way, Tappy, who buys all this stuff of yours? Respectable people. And a few Elbereth rats, too. You don't know any respectable people. No, maybe not. Maybe not. But they know me. Look, I want to show you an artifact. Oh, yes? Ooh. Is he gonna nick it? Let's go with the sextant, because we don't know much about that. An ancient golden sextant. I know you like devices. Interesting. I might be able to make you an offer. Yes, this is it. Solid metal box. No inscription on the base. Now, what's inside? Wooden chunk from a ship's mast. Look at the carvings. Someone took time over this. Looks like there's something carved on it. Yeah, his smile's great. This is one end of a broken fragment. Follow. Nope. No. Of? I'm certain my translation for follow is correct now. Yeah. Follow. Again, we're talking sort of elements here, so I think path fits with that. Maybe less elements and more just sort of, because it's definitely expanded broader than that. It's almost, I just suppose, nouns at this stage. But it's clearly not all nouns, because I mean rivers are bloody nouns, so it can't just be like just generic nouns. But same. Yeah, it does have. It's got the same spot. It's got the squiggle and then the wiggle. Squiggle and the wiggle. And then we've got the eye, which we've seen in Over and River. I mean, it's the glyphs make up basically half of river, right? This word is half of what makes up river. I'm kind of looking at over as well, which makes me think wind. The wind blows over you. And the river is... You've kind of got the symbols for water there, followed by wind. So a river is water wind, right? Follow path of wind. And yet, wind, I feel like, should have this, because, I mean, we looked at that before, but when we did the fight, we're going back at the fireplace. But, I mean, it's half there. I wanted to have one of those. I feel like wind should have one of those. It should be... You know, I don't know what the symbol for wind should be. I feel like that should be the symbol for wind, if anything, actually, probably. Follow path of wind. Yeah, that fits. Does follow path of wind work? This comes from the same site as the box, I think. This should help us locate an unknown moon. I'd say this comes from the same source as the box. Having this should help us to find its location. This should help us locate its location. I mean, so? You inspected the merchandise, the mass chunk for your curious golden sextant. Well, I got the translation I wanted. I don't need it anymore, right? We got words. Words is fine. Is it worth trading? I feel like my golden sextant is probably worth more than your bit of wood. No. Thank you for letting me see it, but no. Something else perhaps, another time. Something else perhaps, another time. Anything else? Let me consider another time, my fine lady. Can I just go through all of your stuff one by one and translate all the bits on it? you know, actually, yeah, I can like try and hammer out some stuff. I found a few more items you might be interested in. Hold on to it. I'm all out. Clean. Come back some other time. You are not out of stuff, mate. Not up there earlier. A man must have his secrets. Oh, okay. Was I not? That was outside. I wasn't trying to go upstairs. See you later, Tappy. Don't get any less marvelous. You are in one piece. You still have all your teeth. We have a few new artifacts to consider. Time to go, mistress. I want to visit the laborers' market. I see where we are with the sort of you can do everything from just the moons now, because I guess like if you dig deep enough, there is stuff on all the like the core moons. We can keep talking to people and finding things on Elbreth, probably. I can. Oh, okay. Oh, so that. Oh, I see. Oh, okay. That's an interesting sort of hand wavy one of doing a hand wavy bit of game explanation there. It was like when we acquire an artifact, I can figure out where it comes from because of radiation signatures, right? But he was like, but I don't know how you do it. Because, yeah, she just seems to have this weird innate ability that's never been, like, particularly explained. It just seems to happen. It's just like, ah, it's a bit of a ship's mast. Now I know where the moon is. Well, oh, okay. How did you make this leap? Sorry, what? Like, if they just, like, if it had just been 6, like, saying, ah, yes, we track the radiation signatures, it matches the minerals known on this moon in this on rocks found in this sector of space, so the moon must be in this particular like quadrant of space or something. Like that would have made sense. Having her just like, yeah, I know where it is now, is a bit weird. Anyway, what were we doing? We were talking about something. We were finding. I think I missed that conversation. I probably could have like dug a bit deeper into it though. We should check in on Oroi, which I think was over this way, if memory serves. Assuming she has not sold it and moved away. Maybe we could find out by how she navigates. Might come up again. Do you like other robots, 6? I've not spent much time with them. That's avoiding the question. I suppose it is, mistress. I can't think how to answer the question truthfully.
The market never seemed to stop.
Have you got a man with a broken arm? They all seem intact to me. This place turns my stomach too. I might have ended up like this if it hadn't been for my Ari. Good faith to you. Good faith? I'm told a labourer hurt themselves in the fields. Struck something underground. Labourers hurt themselves all the time. Too much Rocky, usually. Ooh, space drinks. You have to ask at the market. Good faith to you. Oh, was I just asking the random dude, not like the actual, like, trader? Oh, well, she loves us. We've talked to her before. Yes? Why did your labourers escape? Nobody so disgusting. They aren't captives. Besides, where would they go? What now? I heard one of your labourers was injured. Accidents happen. There's nothing wrong with my stock. I didn't say there was. A friend from Iox did. What friend? He's not welcome here again. If he sent you with a message, tell him I'll break his arm if he comes back. Is the worker alright? Does it matter? There are plenty of good workers here, strong, keen. Whatever you need a hand for. I want to talk to the injured worker. You want to hire one of my stock? I just want to talk to him. Then you can pay a fair rate. If that's to dig your plot or whisper to you through the night, that's your affair. Just don't break his leg. Listen to me, I won't hire anyone. Then you can pay to see him. If you'd rather be a Huarcus than a Micus, it's all the same to me. I suspect I know the answer to this, but... What's a Huarcus? Waters preserve me. You ever traded a lamb for a kiss on the mouth? Well, maybe today's your day, Huarcus. Yeah, fair enough. What's the labourer's name? Whatever you like. Listen, Salehua. Your Ioxian friend Remba shattered my man's armbone into 100 little bits. The bits are swimming around inside his skin like hungry maggots. He's never going to work again. Like his leather, you're the last chance he's got to earn himself a meal. So pay your dues. I'll pay him. I won't pay you. I'll make you a deal. You take him off my hands for nothing, and you look after him. Yazi, get out here. I know, miracles happen. What time is it? Greet your buyer. Mistress, please. Oh, mistress, please. Good faith and greetings to you, Micus. Oh my god, his arm. Jeez. Right. My name is Aaliyah. I'm Yazi, Micus. What does Micus mean, Yazi? Better? I'm not your better, Yazi. I'm from Elbereth too. You're from Iox, I think. Just as the other one was. You are hired by a man from Iox? Janiki Renba. To dig something up in the fields. You have it right. The Micus name was Renba. But we're not digging in the fields. We were not digging on Elbereth. I don't think anyone else will hire me as I am now. Where did Remba have you working? We sailed to a moon. Elbereth was visible in its skies. There was nothing there, but he made us dig. We found something. What did you dig up for Remba? I do not know. We had just uncovered a spar of wood when the winch fell on me. I was brought back here. Wood? Not metal? No. Not robots then. What were you digging that needed a winch? A hole, mistress. A very deep hole indeed. What was Remba looking for? What did he find? Do you know? I do not know. I was hurt before he found anything. Can you find Remba's moon again? I think so. I think so, yes. But not on a map. I'll need to fly with you. Okay. Do you want to go back there? No, never. But I see you do, Micus, and I will help you. I'll take you to Iox. Lots of people sit around on Iox. I don't want to sit around. I want to work. Huang will find something for you in the library in Iox. He'll enjoy the company. Micus. Do I just set him free, or should we go back to the ship? I mean, I can presumably, like, let him go at a later stage anyway. Be it at Iox or here or wherever, I think, maybe. Alright, well I need him as navigator first anyway. Let's go back to the ship. We can talk there. Shall we leave now, mistress? No, we still have business yet. I believe Oroi is up here. In here. Oh god, we've got an entourage now. Gong! I hope your friend is still here, mistress. It is the most underwhelming gong.
From the back room, I heard a curse.
There we go. Ah, Aaliyah. Good. Quickly, come in. Wait, Aaliyah? Did you hire a labourer? No. Not exactly, anyway. What is he, your bodyguard or something? In case you annoy someone who pushes back? He was working on a dig site off Moon. I'm going to find it. And he couldn't just draw you a map? I couldn't. But I can take you there. I remember the rivers when they're in front of us. That thing you brought in. Six thought you might have sold it. I'd never get enough for it. Where did you find it? How? I told you. Did I? I don't know if I did. The real puzzle is how did it get where it was? The place looked like someone had been living there. Wasn't the Emperor sent into exile when the Empire fell? Don't tell me you found where they sent him. He wasn't around to ask. I think maybe you did. Did you ever hear of the Great Forge? A moon used in the early Empire for crafting complex devices? I'd never seen anything so obviously made there before. Did you say devices? I think this sort of thing was common in the Holy Empire. Things people wore, things they carried, they were all functional, active. Did you find out what the crown does? No. I have no idea. I didn't try to turn it on. But you could? Are you serious? It's hundreds of years old. I mean, perhaps if I knew what it was powered by. But if I put the wrong amount of flow through it, it'll smoke the foil. I don't think we'd stay friends. But you could try. Oh god. I mean, I really want to try. Okay, maybe we'll get some clues at the forge. This forge, Oroi. Is it real? Not just a myth? It must have been real and huge, employing hundreds, maybe thousands of people. This is based on stories? Right. Bedtime tales for children. Good with children good with screwdrivers. Who read you bedtime stories? At the orphanage, Aaliyah. Don't you remember? I'd forgotten. You're the archaeologist. Right. Could you put the crown on the powered grave? I mean... No, because I burnt out the power on the grave. I used up the last of it projecting things. But you know, that's an interesting thought. I guess it seems like it could potentially sit there, right? It's not that unusual. You could try activating it. See what happens? You don't mind the risk? I'll most likely burn it out. You think that's likely? It's possible. Alright, we better not. I might be able to find out more about how it works another way. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. If we get this forge, we might be able to get some information on ancient technologies and how to power it, which might be useful in making it work without turning it into a metal brick. Do I take the crown back, or... I'll leave it with her, I guess, or no, I should... No, I'll take it with. It's safe with us, I guess. The crown, alright, I need it back. And in one piece. Honestly, I'd rather it wasn't here. I'll keep it safe. Wait, you need to look at my projector! I found a strange metal hoop. A hologram came out of it. Let me see. I recognized it immediately, of course. The neck hoop from a robot. But I won't do anything without a core. I need something to project. Last thing I noticed is it's badly made. Robots are beautifully, delicately crafted machines. This is an Empire period copy. How are things here? Still slow. It's not getting any worse. Don't be a stranger, earlier. Oh, right. Oh, of course. Yeah, it's okay, I guess I can't... I was hoping to, like, lock the camera, but yeah, the bit that projects the head on 6, it's one of them. Huh. Fair enough. That makes sense. God, his arm. Horrific. I feel like... a plan of action would be to find you some sort of medical care? Okay. Shall we leave? Yeah. Cool. Do it. Stand still, mistress. And so we left the surface of Elbereth, with enough new evidence to find a new site. Cool. Onwards! Moon time? Maybe. What have we got? The thing is, we keep digging up these clues, and I really, like, I kind of just want to do, like, random clues. Now, I really just want to just fly and see what we can find. Yazi claims he can find his way back to the moon where Rembo was working. We should sail to Iox and tell Mayari what we've seen, and I'm sure she wants to see the crown. I wonder if Yazi's just going to stay aboard the ship until we do this, then. You're sure you can find this moon, Yazi? Quite certain. I can find the place where the Ioxian had is working, Micus. Without me, I do not think you would ever find it. Oh, I bet I could. I bet I could. What makes it so hard to find? It is a rock. A sea of rocks. But I know which rock. You don't have to come. Show 6 the way and we'll take you to Iox. I will come with you. Otherwise you will not find it. Why are you helping him? Because I freed him? Why are you helping me? You see through me, of course. Please understand, I was strong. Very strong. Now, no one will ever hire me again. I just want to work. No more than that. I don't have work for you, Yazi. I'm sorry, but I don't. I barely have work for me. You do today. We will see about tomorrow when it comes. Alright, lead the way. Okay. Oh, this was the moon that we weren't sure if it was a moon or not kind of thing. It's like it was somewhere in this big circle. Kind of want to go hunting for the Withering Palace. There must be something up here as well. Okay, so do we go to the dig site, or do I fly off down this chute and see where this takes us? Is ultimately the question. Do you have to plot a course? Can I not just fly? That's pretty straightforward, right? What could he possibly have found this close to the spiral? Dig site, dig site. Alright. Fine, you're boring. I want to go see random things that we don't know about yet. I want things that are not connected to anything else in the story, just to like really throw a spanner in the works. Let's do this, and then I guess that's a job for... We'll make that a job for next time. Oh, that was easy. Or not. So do all Ioxians get given robots, Micus? Are they attached to you as children, perhaps? I'm not from Iox, I'm from Elbereth. Yes, Micus, of course. My mistake. Ah! Okay, let's go around that rock. Fine. I don't have much choice in that matter. There's a region of minor flow once more. There's a region of minor flow once more, mistress. Oh, are we doing search-ins? Oh, there is literally only one search-in. Okay, fine. Because I guess he's going to, like, point it out to us as soon as we get there. Available data suggests Renber's dig site should be in this vicinity. The site must be hidden amongst these clouds, mistress. There's something here. Settle the Nightingale 6. Let's take a look around. Okay, side quest and explore. Fine. I dislike the idea of having to go back to Iox because we might bump into Myari again. I guess we can probably avoid Myari unless we specifically choose to go to Myari. But if we're going to have to drop him off at Iox, oof.
We trudged across the surface of a tiny moon. Nothing but dust and towering stone.
This is the place? This is it, Micus. It's quite remarkable, mistress. The place is actually worse than Elbereth. Much worse, my amique. That's our home you're talking about, Six. His home, mistress. Merely your birthplace. You did well to leave. And you wonder why I act like I do to you, robot. I didn't leave Elbereth. Professor Myari scooped me out of the orphanage and carried me away. But now you have done the same for me. Just mountains of sand. We won't find any buildings here. They'd be buried. There are none. Except for this thing. So can we leave too? Oh, is this what they were using for dig? Now what's that? Is that a tent? It is. This way, Micus. Follow me. What now, Ember? Every moon is a new surprise. Rails? Made for a cart, I suppose. Someone was building something? Not for robots. Equipment. I knew there would be something here. But what is it, mistress? Some kind of winch? But for winching what? Carts up the track? Doesn't look old. Perhaps Rembo was building something. There's something etched here. Well, this is not an ancient site, mistress. Alberetians carve ancient symbols for luck. I don't think they know what they mean. Primitive people. Wait, so if they've just scratched random symbols in that they don't know what it means? Like, is this going to be any... What's the likelihood that this is going to translate into anything that makes sense? Carrying the dude around strange places seems odd. I mean, the way I figured that could possibly work... Okay, there's two ways that could possibly work. Yes, he might have extra dialogue for stuff, which could be neat in its own right. That'd be cool, because you could, like, picking him up is probably, like, one of the first things you could do if you wanted. Elbereth is on the map right at the start. You could just sail to Elbereth and, like, stumble into the bit of the story that gives you this guy. And then he could just tag along with you for the entire story. But the alternative is they might just leave him on the ship. When you're off world, he might be like, no, I'll stay here. I don't want to go. I'm not an archaeologist. I can't help. What am I? No, never mind. You go. You do your job. I'll wait. But these guys, like, are big on storytelling and lots of extra optional bits and pieces everywhere. So, like, I mean, adding an entire extra character and context narrative to every possible scene in the game by adding one entire extra character who might or might not be there. That's feature creep when it comes to building a game. That's talking about a lot more writing for the game, but also, like, it also might be the sort of thing they might actually do. Maybe you can carry him around. What, piggyback? Right, this is a question type of word because it has a question mark. So what? Yeah, something like, what is up, dog? Could you imagine if that was one of the words? That would be such a fun... I want that to be an Easter egg now, just somewhere tucked away. There's like, what is up, dog? And once you translated it, it's just 6 and there's not much. What's up with you? I want that to be in the game now. It is a time word, you're right. It is a time with a symbol we've only seen in fair? I feel like ancient fits. I don't know what that symbol actually specifically connotes right yet. It feels pretty ancient though, right? Again, we literally preceded this by saying that whoever carved this probably didn't know what the words mean. What is up? Must come down? Must yet fall down. Entire word for will. Oh yeah, like it will, it must. Okay, in that sense, then maybe this is a sort of a command symbol. There we're talking about a sense of justice, fair, things are commanded, justice is meted out, it's commanded upon things. And That's something that will happen. This is something that will happen, and it's commanded that it will happen. It must happen. So I think that's kind of a command symbol. I don't know what the... Yeah, I'm not sure quite the significance of the X. Kind of sort of a not sort of thing, isn't it? Because you've got the never is the main context in which we're seeing it. We've seen time and not time, never. This is like not and nand yet. I don't know if not and is the same as yet. I mean, it's a friggin' winch. We're talking about a thing about gravity and whatnot. Do not. So, like, what is up must come down, right? that is an expression. We've sort of made it a bit more wordy, but ultimately that is an expression, right? So what is up must come down, must yet fall down. Do not just breaks that whole thing. What is up must do not fall down. Although, I mean, I suppose the point of a winch is to defy gravity, it is to pin things from falling down. But I just think that seems a bit convoluted to me. What is up must yet fall down. I hope this doesn't all collapse. It's a powerful frame. Remember, must have been doing some heavy lifting. Mistress, I must warn you. I do not trust him. I don't believe he's being honest with you. I suspect there is something of value here he wishes to retrieve. All this is a very strange behavior for a roboticist, mistress.
There were
Bless the
tents,
goddess.
carts, ropes, and platforms.
There's quite a sight.
Rember must have had an army working here. And yet he had left it all behind. Just like that.
Here's what we did for Micus. The pit we dug is within, and it is deep. There must be some pet. What did Rember find? An eagle? Did he find more robots? I do not know. Why would he find an eagle? Or is that something else? Is there a different context that I'm not aware of? Why would you dig for an eagle? What are you digging for, Yazzie? He did not say. But he showed no mercy, Micus. None. So all this was built before Rember went to Miercy. Rember must have found something here. Something that led him into the cyclones. The robe and brooch, perhaps? But how did he find this place? He kind of just stumbled across it. And why was he looking for anything anyway? Okay. Let's see this pit. Is Rember the bad guy? He doesn't seem like a particularly great guy, does he? Around the back, Micus. How long did all this take? I don't know, Micus. Used workers in shifts, a few weeks, and then changed. The work was hard. Yeah, here's thin. He must have been certain there was something to find. But what? This moon's as barren as they come. He did not say. And I was no longer here when he found it. Whatever it was. What's Rember doing out here? Building his own little kingdom? Has he got a garrison under there? How old are you, Yazzie? 34, mistress. I began working the market when I was 8. 34? You could have been at the orphanage with me and Oroi. An orphanage would have been luxury. My parents sold me to her. Are your parents still alive? No. Okay, nothing more on that then. Another carving. Ooh, a short one. This is 2 words, not 1. Where does 1 word end and the next start? I believe I remember the word fall, mistress. Aha. Do not fall. Yeah. It's just, it's a warning sign, isn't it? Although why you would carve that in ancient when nobody speaks ancient? I don't know, or maybe it's just like an inscription, just say like, please don't collapse. But like, if you've got a giant ass pit inside there, you know, having the like, hey guys, don't fall down the pit as a sign might make sense. But you wouldn't inscribe that in ancient. Is Remember trying to start something that causes the Great Darkness? Like he's got a giant ass pit. Let's not beat about the bush here. He dug too deep. Cthulhu is sat at the bottom of this dang thing. Or a Balrog, I'm not sure which. Equally, I might say cheese runs amok, mistress, since the carvers did not know what they were carving. It doesn't say that. It's definitely 2 words, not 3. I love the dead pose. Like, no, robot, don't be stupid. That's very me, actually. It's like, no, robot, no. It's 2 words, not 3. If you go inside Micus, then you will understand. There's an opening somewhere. There's an opening somewhere? Just there, Micus. But that's all we have time for today! We'll find out about the giant pit next time! No, just kidding. No. We'll actually take a look at this, and then it is almost midnight, so I will wrap it up. But yeah, no, I totally want to see this pit. Tied up from the outside. Scanners do not suggest there's anyone inside. As I told you, they all left. I have a dagger. They're not sold. Hard to... There. I will wait out here. You really don't know what's inside? There's a large winch inside Micus, which I do not intend to meet again. You'll forgive me, I hope. Of course. You're with me, 6.
Darkness.
Mistress, watch your step.
An enormous pit had been cut into the rock below. It must have taken days to do. Weeks even.
What could be down here to be worth all this? Elder gods. Definitely. Please be careful, mistress. You are very close to the edge. This seems rickety. You could choose not to go down there, mistress. I don't trust it. Not in the dark. Robot, you've got a globe thing going on. You lead the way. Maybe. Even if there was, you would not be able to see it. Oh, I need a torch, don't I? There's got to be some kind of lighting. Open the roof. I mean, it's too dark to work. Rainbow must have set up some lights. Then in turn, mistress, there must be power. Ooh, I see cables. Yeah, it's like a little Jenny over, isn't there? Alright, would love this. Maybe Remba bought it from her. Evidently as a generator, mistress. Your friend Oroi likely made it. Let's see now. Aziz, light!
Wooden walkways spiraled down, held together by ropes and luck. You could tell this place was built by Elberethians.
Those walkways look unbelievably dangerous, mistress. This whole thing feels oddly like walking into a trap. Walkways poised to collapse. A pit big enough to hold an eagle. What's an eagle? And yet you intend to walk into it? Of course I intend to walk into it. The only way to understand a trap is to trigger it. That is possibly the stupidest thing I have ever heard, mistress. Here goes. The walkway is extremely badly made, mistress. Typical. Come on. You love it. You wouldn't keep following me if you didn't. Why don't you go first? Go on. Really, mistress, but no. I refuse. Evidently, it is not safe. Well, I'll go if you don't. Your ethical core won't like that. Mistress, you can jump. You're also less heavy than me. No, you're going first. Not a chance, mistress. I know your reputation for losing robots. Can I not just walk across it? How do I get across this now? This is a bad idea. Whatever was down here, Remba took it out and left. No reason to break our necks looking for it. Well then, mistress, the probability of collapse was steadily rising. Come on! No, go down! Why can't I ever leave anything alone? Cross the plank, 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 cross the plank. Go by the waters, like go by the waters. Ha! Made it. For reference, mistress, the next plank appears worse. How much worse? About 60%, mistress. Since the first did not break ever, however, that is unhelpful information. Here goes. Oh no! Oh, okay. Pile of waters! That was a little close. Not that way then. What other way is there? Ooh, there's a dot down there. What is this? No, no, no. What's the other dot? There's no way I could jump that. Obviously not. I could drop down. Maybe? The sand down there? I'm sure you're aware of the flaw with that idea, mistress. Fine then. I'm not going back down there again. Fine. I presume the winch is potentially the way forward. But we are now actually genuinely at midnight. So I'm afraid figuring out what's in the hole and how we get there, the actual specifics of it, are indeed now going to actually have to wait till next time. I'm afraid. Oh, all right. Let's do one last inscription, and then cool. Something, something, do not something. That's a path. We did that one, didn't I? Oh no, it's very. Why is it? Why won't you let me? Like, there we go. It's. Or was it one with the squiggle? Oh yeah, this is more of a verb, I guess. You know, fall is. Wait, no. Oh yeah, that was literally outside. Yeah. Okay. Cool. 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 Do not. Does that give me a better idea here? What am I doing? These stones. Well, it looks like a mountain, and it's one of our element words. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be stones. Could be houses as well, I suppose. These stones do not Move. I feel like that would be move. It's weird, it's not letting me scroll across like as easily as it normally does. Reclaim, Freedom House. Yeah, it's gonna be these, right? Very, very similar as a construct to me. I don't know why that would specifically relate to these specifically. Plank was loose, I could have used it. Maybe? Don't know. And these stones do not. Well, it's similar to fall and sail. The squiggle, I'm guessing, is just generally a symbol for motion, and actually thinking about it. Looking at all the connection between all of them, just wiggle is just an indicator of some manner of motion, I think. So yeah, move, right? Pretty confident on this. These stones do not move. I think that's right. A request for strength. Added by builders to keep buildings safe. Writing must seem like magic to those who can't read. Cool. Yeah, that is actually going to be where we leave that there. Full move, sail, movement sim. Yeah. Some manner of motion. I'm really liking how this is all coming together. Although, if we were to take a look at the... just keep coming back to this, coming back to the title. Why does the word for vault have the symbol for motion in it then? In fact, that as a word is very, very similar to the word for fall, I think? We just had that. Interesting. Anyway, yep, that'll do me. It is now 1 minute past midnight, which is absolutely a time that I need to bid you adieu. I have work in the morning, as I always do, so, yeah. Tulkas, as far as I'm aware, will be around tomorrow, which means it will be a hashtag Team Suicide evening without any alternative options to hand immediately. Probably looking at more Warhammer. At some point, I will hook him up with a copy of one of the Master of Orions, and we'll do some space strategy instead, which should be a lot more fun for me. And recently come to various influences that I know's awareness that Sea of Thieves are suddenly in the business of like offering out just press copies. Because of the massive upcoming update, they're like, hey, do any influencers want to cover our game? So I'm hoping I can snag a spare key that I can just then foist on Tulkas, and then we can do Sea of Thieves as well at some point. So, with it being on sale, I've been like, oh, should I just buy him a copy? Or like, but you know, if they're just happy to give out a press copy, that would be the best way forward. That would save me 30 quid, right? You know, I love the game, but like spending 30 quid to like make somebody else play it with me is like a bit of an ask. If they just want to give me a press copy that I can give to him, that would be fantastic. Anyway, that is me for tonight. Thank you for joining me. This has been good. I'm loving every bit of this game. It just keeps getting better and better and better, and then exploring the number of ways that there are to approach things and learning the language. I love learning this language, and I was like, as we go along, it's weird that I kind of dislike that learning the language as you go along gets easier and easier and easier, but I guess that's like learning a real language, right? Once you've kind of got the basics down, once you've got the actual general constructs of the language, the individual details just come with experience and iteration and doing it more, and it's not actually that hard, per se. But from a video game perspective, you're sort of expected to start off easy and get harder. This is weird insofar as it actually is almost exactly the opposite. When you're starting out, it's just all guesswork, and then at the end, you're like, oh yeah, no, I know all of this. So I've been doing this for 9 hours now. I can just read this language pretty well. So, it's such a good game. It's such a good game, though. I'm loving it. I don't care if nobody is willing to watch this, as always happens when you push on with a series into many episodes. I want to play this game to completion. I need to play this game to completion. Inkle makes such good games. This is probably, maybe their best. I'll reserve judgment until we're actually done with it, but they're all stonkers. Like, 80 Days was fantastic. Sorcery was incredible. Apparently they did a version of Frankenstein, was like their very, very first game. I need to find that. An Inkle take on Frankenstein? Yeah, I need to know about that one. I didn't know they'd made that. The first one I was aware of was Sorcery, actually. So, yeah, I need to dig out some of their archive stuff. But, yeah. Cool. Yeah, Team Suicide tomorrow. Sea of Thieves Sunday, as always. Can I wait till Tuesday to play more of this? Probably not. I might actually cram an extra stream of this in Friday or Saturday. Watch this space. I ain't got any other plans on Friday at this moment in time. I might just do Friday evening. Friday evening stream might just be the way forward. That'd be cool, possibly. No promises, but like I think I'm going to try and make an effort to do that. Cool. For now, though, I shall see thee next time. Good night.